taking the pin as we speak.
Go.
Welcome viewers, Sydney Harbour, 29 October 2023, Spring Championship 18-footer racing Heat 4, 18-footers at their best for the Eric Bowen Memorial Trophy. I'm Andrew Buckland, and in the absence today of Peter Shipway participating in the Balmain Regatta, we welcome in the special commentary position David Witt. Welcome, David.
Hi, Bucko. Happy to be here. Hi, Jimmy. Thanks for the invitation. Anytime, brother.
Fantastic. So, David, without going into the detail here, Nor'easter going to be 16, 18 of the handicaps, which you're holding in your hand there. Who do you like?
Well, as you know, I love a bet, Bucko. So I think it's going to be a battle of the handicaps. I think Fisher and Peikel's a chance on maximum handicap if they can stay afloat.
So normally off 9 minutes, yep.
9 minutes, so they're going to got the shortest course all day.
Yep.
And then probably Marine Outlet, which is off the whites and a blue. If they can stay afloat, they're a big chance. And then probably Andu, I think, who are white. They're not the scratch boat. Probably should be the scratch boat with Sevi and Sam on board.
Yeah, so the crews are pretty full strength, yep.
Full strength. I think Andu will be too strong for Keegan, given that Keegan's got to go the long way, the whole way.
Yeah,
but,
and Keegan at full strength with
Matty Stender.
And Phil Marshall.
Yeah, and they were pretty ordinary last week in light air, tactically ordinary, but today's a different can of worms.
Yeah, well, today's a Master of the Sky day, right? So
yeah, exactly. So, Jimmy, just take the troops through the Nor'east course. A classic triangular jobby. The corner is an island. I love it.
It is. So, thanks, Bucko. Yeah, we start down here at Clark Island. The troops work their way all the way up to the Beachel Buoy, just near the Sound Pigs, round that, down around Shark Island, back down to Clark, work their way back up to the Beachel Buoy, and then down to Clark Island, work their way back up to the Beachel Buoy, and that's where they're going to have the three buoys, round Shark Island and to the finish here off Clark Island.
She's a beauty, David, isn't it?
Yeah.
2 mile beat, so fatigue an issue. I know you're only on the steering stick, so you didn't actually have fatigue, but...
Well, I did sail in the middle with Bethwaite for a little bit. That was that created fatigue for other reasons.
Yeah, that was an error.
Hello, Jules. I'm sure you're watching.
Put it in the error file.
But they are going to be half lucky because the tide's going to be running in after about an hour, isn't it? Or 45 minutes.
3:30.
So I think if they get around the first lap in good shape, keep it upright. It's plan 1 and plan 2.
So, girls and boys, Smeg on screen, off the limit, more or less. But
it's Dane McNamara, yeah?
Yeah. The handicap's unwinding at the weather mark each time. So, David, back in your day, brother, the jibe angle into shark, which is a key component of this race.
Yep, I don't think it's changed for 100 years, Bucko.
No, but who did the calling on your boat? You or your main sheep man?
Me normally. Yeah.
And you got it right every time. When it was wrong, it was him, was it?
Well, Cloudy got it wrong a few times, but I never got it wrong. Yeah.
Shout out to Tommy Clout, member of the sub 70 kilo Sheetan Club, which is
Yeah, I won't give him a hard time. He was probably the best Sheetan two-sail reaching 19-foot skiff I sailed, and I sailed them for a while.
Yeah, no, you were there a long time.
On that, Whitty, the viewers left us a comment during the week when you said you've been sailing for a while. They want to know what the difference is from back in the GP days, Nokia days,
yep,
and what the difference is between the boats then to the boats now, and you're probably the best guy to tell us all.
Yeah, I think the boats are a lot closer now. They're more of a one design sort of setup. The wings are shorter, they're 14 feet. We went around the Grand Prix days in 17 to 18 feet wings. And of course they've got a very nice carbon mast these days. We had aluminium masts with fiberglass tops.
Yep.
So, and the boats were Bethwaite designed and a lot narrower in the bow. So I'd say these boats are a lot easier to get around in a breeze. You know, I think, well, we've just got one off camera having a big nosedive, the Noakes Blue. I think what the club's done with the boat, though, is pretty clever. I mean, the costs were unsubstantial compared to what we were. I mean, Nokia were almost at $1 million in the 90s, right?
Wow.
So that's not sustainable anymore. So what the club's done is really good, and I think it's got the international guys involved too, and the 49er guys like to come and sail the boats. So I think they're on the right program with the boats. But if we could have had carbon rigs, I think the Bethwaite boats would have been a lot nicer.
Yeah, the aluminium rigs, too much flex and too much height of the VCG of the boat.
Yeah, which makes it a lot harder to keep upright, doesn't it, Bugger?
Yeah, absolutely. Hard to make the mainsail to work, and the mast used to get softer as the year went on as the track wore out and all sorts of...
Yeah. We cut bits of aluminium and pop rivet it to the front of the mast to try and stop it bending.
Etc., etc. Anyway, here we go, modern world. Not too far off race time here. So about 11 and a half minutes to the start. So, Jimmy, this start line, it's a pretty tense 5 minutes to Bradley's Head or 4.5 or whatever until you've got a tack for room and plenty of peril if you're not laying up to the headland. Looking at that line, what are you thinking?
What am I thinking?
Yeah.
I'll just do whatever the skipper tells me.
Right.
Probably mid to pin, I would think, looking at the layups of some of the yachts out there. As you know, first to Bradley's is the key.
Usually the key. And David, in your time, I mean, you didn't seem to favour one end or the other, and you were always analysing it, I thought, watching you, just from first principles and saying, well, the pin's advanced by one boat length, but let's just get clear. So you're not conventional, I didn't think.
No, I think you got to analyse it every time you start. It's different. Otherwise, if you go in with a plan beforehand, you're only going to be right half the time. So, looking at this line now, I think the pin's favoured. I think the tide's still running out slightly.
Yeah, we've got another hour of ebb.
So you definitely want to be middle to the pin, but more importantly, you need a lane off the start line. So you need to have clear air. You need to be able to put the bow down when you need to go quick. You don't want to be caught up behind someone in bad air or trailing someone. So you've got to be full noise on the line with a good lane to Bradley's Head. And cross your fingers, you're going to cross and tack everyone when you get there.
Scary stuff.
They do say first to Bradley's Head wins the race for a reason, Andrew.
No, I know. I do know, David. In fact, yes. So, folks, just looking at the weather situation, we've got water temperature here in Sydney about 19, perhaps up to about 23 offshore. And still cold in the eastern Tasman. High pressure cell to the south of Sydney, so this is gradient northeast with a bit of thermal on top. And Davey, I'm guessing we're 16 to 20 most of the day. Slight build.
Yeah, I think the most breeze will be on the last lap for sure. I don't think we'll get more than 20, but I think from what I've been watching for the last... I'm an avid supporter and watch the race every Sunday on the TV, so I think they'll have more than enough to keep their hands full today.
No, I'm looking forward to it a lot, and as you're probably aware, we haven't had much breeze, thus far in the season. 3 light nor'easters and easterly type conditions, so this is the first day with a second rig in, and perhaps almost the first day with most of the crews at full strength. And so let's just talk about that for a second, because perhaps the one notable change in the bow of the Yandu, instead of Josh Perebski, Lewis Brake, and one of the very, very high-grade bowmen, and but Andu with Sevi Jarman and Sam Newton, Balmain with Henry Larkins and Finn Sprott and Flynn Toomey, Finport, Keegan, Matt Stenner and Phil Marshall, and so on down the list. Everybody.
I've been really impressed with Matt Stenner. I've been watching him sail. He's as a shooter, and he's top shelf for sure. I watched him in the 16 round the Bay race. It's awesome.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
Yeah, brings a lot of physicality to the task, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, he'd probably go right in a Scallywag shirt if he gets his head right.
David Wick, recruitmentprogram.com.
He'll be ringing Monday morning.
Right.
Well, everyone wants us 18-foot skiff sailor. I remember in our day, Bucko, the Yachties didn't want us. We were cowboys.
Alleged.
But
Alleged.
now all the yachts are apparent wind sailing just like the skiffs are. So
They want skiffs.
They want skiff sailors.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's interesting evolution, isn't it? So, for the viewers who haven't had the privilege of meeting Mr. Witt previously, I'll put it on the record here that he also competed at a reasonably high level, I'll use those words, in the final sport of rugby union.
Just for the wrong team.
Just perhaps not for the best team, Dave.
I played for a couple, but both of them weren't real red hot.
No. But he played outside centre, Dave, yeah?
Fly half
and
inside centre.
And outside, okay.
Yeah.
And,
I went on to coach a fair bit. Probably coached at a more higher level than I played, but you're going to bring in the rugby, aren't you?
Yeah. So...
Shall we not?
No. Chit's the Kiwi. I'm an honorary Kiwi. David, don't know.
I think anyone that knows me who's watching knows my opinion of Kiwis. I've got two Kiwi mates out of all the ones I know. And today is a fantastic day. There is nothing better than a beaten Kiwi, let me tell you.
I don't think you've got another invitation coming on that basis, David, but anyway.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's cool.
I mean, the problem is the two best sports are rugby and sailing, right?
Yeah.
Tend to clash with me a little bit.
Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, a bit of a disappointment for the Kiwis. Sam Kane, the captain, getting sent off and in the first half. And it probably ended the day for them effectively, I think.
That's the problem with the game. Referees have got too much influence now.
Yeah, no, it's pretty technical, isn't it?
It's crazy.
Yeah. So, folks, event sponsor for today, the mighty Rag and Famish Hotel, North Sydney, Miller Street.
Beautiful place.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Mr. Caligaros usually out here, the publican.
It's probably he's the longest sponsoring of an 18-foot skiff in the class currently. I remember his dad was a big supporter for years, and
Yep.
used to play rugby against Pete, actually. Took Pete Caligras on his first ever yacht race, which just happened to be the 98 Sydney to Hobart.
What could possibly go wrong,
I can
guys?
tell you, he
Signed up plenty of times after that.
We're in about 78 knots just before the wand gets blown off the top of the mast. There's helicopters, people getting rescued, and Pete Caligras is sitting on the rail, and I said to him, "Do you like this, Pete?" And he said, "I'm not sure." I said, "That's a definite yes, Pete."
Great stuff. Okay, folks. So the committee's got us going on time. Rock and roll. 4:50 to go.
No, cover the sim.
So, folks, don't get confused. You can see two marks in the picture, possibly.
Yeah, they can.
The bottom mark in front, as we speak of the boat, to the top left of the screen, Balmain. Bottom mark in front of them. The start mark another 100 metres upwind, basically.
Why don't you tell me about how this software works, Buggo?
The Vacaros, it's mighty. It's mighty. So there's a chip in the pin buoy. There's a chip on the boat, and there's a electronic line, like a electric fence, I suppose, David. And if they're over, they get if they're the right side of the line when the gun goes, synchronised with the GPS, they get a green signal. And if their little thing is, their chip is over the line when the gun goes, they get a red signal.
So they have a device on board that gives them a red or green light,
Yep.
so they know whether they're
They know. So 2 weeks ago, was it?
Last week we had 5 over.
Last week we had 5 and it all went back.
I'm glad this is a new thing. I think I might add a few reds in my time.
No, the official Vacaris start line is pretty cool, Whitty. It's at least you're not sailing around all day. Think that you got the win, and only to go to presentation and find out that you're over.
Well, Dave, what it's done is it's sorted out the bad boy behaviour of we've mucked this up, let's turn it into a general. That conduct can no longer operate.
Well, everyone used to wish the starter could just name the ones that weren't over and the rest are over, so that does it for them, right? So
Yeah, exactly. But, these boats are tough. I mean, it's hard without a pin boat, so for regular club races there's no pin boat, hard for them to identify more than about 2 or 3 boats over.
And where's it based? On the back of the mast?
Well,
Yeah.
they've adjusted
on the back
It's
of the
on the
mast,
mast,
and it's
but
got offsets.
got a little offset for how far to the... And everybody's got the same offset, so...
Yeah, right. I'd struggle to see it, I reckon.
Well, David, there's a
That's
reason.
pretty bright.
It's pretty bright.
Yeah.
There's a reason that you sail this largest yacht with
Largest instruments.
larger 2020s these days, right?
Yeah, I just bought a whole heap of new, even bigger. I think they're 30-30s or 40-40s.
Bigger ain't better. Okay, 2 minutes 15. So getting to the business end here. Fleet looking pretty relaxed, except for the blokes above the line at the other end, perhaps. And first casualty, really, Noakes Red, not going to get to the line on time. They had a swim practicing pre-start.
One of my tips, Fisher and Pike will look like they're going to the right end of the line.
Well, they've started very well this year, haven't they, Jimmy?
Yeah, they've come out.
They've come out of a couple of starts really well. Have had trouble with the third lap, though, Dave. Any tips?
Get fitter.
Easy work, right?
Well, the team changes every week too.
Yeah, no, they've got a bit of crew flex going on.
I mean, it's one thing about these boats. You've got to have the same three blokes every week working together. Like, it's hard enough. It's hard enough having the same three blokes every week, never alone than changing it.
Yeah,
Or girls.
I mean, I think, Dave, feel free to disagree, but I thought it took about 40 races for the combination to get to a level. That's a lot of sailing.
It is a lot of sailing.
Yeah. Here we go. 50, 45 coming to.
You see Andrew going hard down under the fleet. He's going to want to own the pin here.
And he's pretty confident about his speed too. And they're all late, Dave, I think, almost. They're certainly not in danger of being over.
The good thing, Whitty, with the instrument on board,
Yep.
it's telling them distance to line, counts down the whole lot.
It's like on the 100, they've got a navigator sitting behind them.
Yeah.
Well, they're all well behind here, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, 18.
Yeah, up here.
Yeah. I'd say the Andrew's going to smash it. But they're now just slowed down a bit. So they're at full noise. Now they're just eased up a frac. At the weather end, yeah. Finport at the weather end and Andrew at the other. So
2, 1, here we go.
Oh, the rag, perfect.
Very nice on the rag.
Yeah.
The Yandu, not so much.
The Yandu's been at good speed as you've seen, Whitty, so yeah, I don't think Woody minds giving a little bit away.
Yeah,
I'm sure Fang will be giving him the hurry up.
David, as you would have seen in the Gilman last year, they're pretty patient. They're confident in the boat speed.
Yeah, well, the two boys with Woody are pretty special.
Yeah.
You can already see the Finport here sailing 20 degrees bow up on the Yandu, who started off the pin here. So,
Well, the Finport, they've still got two modes. The Andrew's got a really fast mode, but not a really high mode, I don't think. And so Finport, middle of the screen there with the black luff mainsail. High and a little bit slow, but that's good. He's laying up to the headland. Hard for us to tell who's leading at this instant. Finport there, bottom of screen. Burrowing to leeward.
the rag's got a nice lane there, hasn't he?
Yeah. And he can mode. He's got a bunch of modes also, I think. But wow.
See, the danger here always, Bucko, isn't it, is getting in the lee of Bradley's here.
Well, watch the Ando. He's on port. So if you can have the camera over there, we will see. This will be interesting.
Yeah.
You'd expect the Finport will lead, but not by much.
Doesn't look like there's much in it at all. Andrew might even be crossing here.
Yeah, he's clean.
Yeah, it's cream. He's a good boat length in front.
So Finport was about a boat length slow on the line, so
Yeah, it's
there you
about
go.
an even pace.
Yep, I think the pace is fairly even. And I think Finport will cross and be second though, so he's got to tack across the front of Lazarus probably.
Yeah. Tell you what,
So folks, the last hour of the ebb tide, so there's a bit stood up on this edge. Blake's getting into the danger zone hard on the hard left here. Rogan Famish successfully onto port. 3 boat lengths in arrears from Finport.
yeah.
And had to duck to Lazarus.
I think Keegan's got to be looking at going here. This is,
Yep.
I mean, one boat length too far is death. There we go.
Yep. Well, he's just trying to let the Balmain enjoy that, right?
Yeah.
It's a long way from their best tack, but good enough.
The Lazarus have got the Balmoral big duck here on the Balmain. Oh,
It is a big duck too, isn't it?
big
Wow.
duck with no one on the wire.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, the skipper's lost the tiller. Lazarus are in the drink. That's unfortunate. They got a good start there.
yeah, that is a bit untidy, isn't it? Jack Ferguson out of the 29, and so might have just got a bit tripped up by the centripetal force when you tack one of these things.
Yeah, you probably attack a bit slower than a 29.
You would want to tack a lot slower than a 29 once the wind's above 10 knots.
Correct.
That is true. So we talked about Fisher and Paykel. Finport stepping away on port. Fisher and Paykel across the bow of the camera boat. We're at the Bradley's Head white light. So, David, next cross. Andrew's further ahead, yeah?
Yeah, Andrew are very quick through the water.
Yeah, they've got this.
I mean, going to 3 wide marks too. I mean,
Yeah.
well, it's starting to look a little ominous already.
Yep.
Oh, Keegan's ducked him there.
Okay.
Keegan's
so
ducked him there, so they're boat for boat.
they're boat for boat, okay. Yeah, I think both setups are pretty good. You know, the 2 rigs are both pretty good. But that just reflects that Finport got further into the compression of the headland, I think, and there's always a couple of boat lengths in that.
So Balmain Slate riding this as well, just to the leeward of Andrew.
No, he's been making a pretty good fist of it.
And look like they're going through the water quite well as well.
Yeah. So I think Andrew's target upwind's about 14, which is going pretty hard, isn't it?
Yeah. There'd be one Ian Murray in the rib there, wouldn't it?
That's correct.
I haven't seen the marine outland anywhere.
No.
Yeah, I'm not sure they got to the line.
Right. So they're all boats, Fisher and Paykel have tacked back onto starboard. The whole fleet's now on starboard going into Taylor Bay. I think once we unwind the handicaps at the top here, there won't be much between them.
No, that's right. So just observably, while we've been talking there, the Andrew has stretched out about another 50 metres on Balmain.
Yeah, but Andrew, he's gone all the way into Taylor Bay.
Yeah.
With the tide still ebbing,
Yes.
he's put himself out of the current. We've got Keegan that's continued on port tack up here and tacked in the guts of the channel. That's going to have tide effect the whole way over. I mean, I don't know much about this, but I'd put a couple of dollars on Keegan here to cross him.
No, I think you're right, and more pressure in the middle too, Dave. Partly driven by the current, but partly by the funnel, I think, yeah?
And he's going to the headland where there's more compression for him when to come back on the other tack. So
Yeah. Can we have a look at the Finport rig, guys?
Well, I can tell the viewers, look, doesn't look anything wrong with me from my point of view. Looks quite good, doesn't it?
And he's not having any trouble. He's in very bumpy water and just smashing away.
What's their crew weight, Buggo? Are they on the upside?
Yeah, they'd be in the medium heavyweight division, mate.
Okay, yep.
All of that.
Well, they're throwing sheet at it and backs to the wall, so
Yeah, not a lot of sheep though.
no, enough.
But plenty of cunning and one would observe. So here we go, folks.
So,
Yeah. So for all the Yandu supporters, we can tell you that they're not doing very well. I don't know what happened, but they've been left in the starting blocks somehow. Fisher and Pike all coming off the shore.
so here comes the cross on the bow between Finport and Andu.
He's ragging Famish. Well, there it is. Bang.
Had to bear away.
So
there you go, folks.
Finport leads
By an inch.
by an inch. So Finport continue into Chowder Bay. They're not too happy to sail together, these two leaders, are they?
Well, she's a drag race, Dave, isn't it? How many tacks do you want to do? You know.
Well, the more tax, the more you lose.
That's right. So, end time classic, isn't it?
So just on screen there, we've got the Royal Oak. Frank was telling me he's a 17-year-old kid driving that boat. He's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, just won some minor championship in Europe or something, you know.
Some minor world championship or something.
Yeah, one of those 29ers, folks.
Okay.
So Finport on screen. Have a look at that, guys. Into the compression. Avoid the little reef. Let's go. Good tack.
Yeah, about an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, mast into windward out of the tack.
Yeah.
And a Manly ferry coming to join the party in the middle of the racetrack.
Yep. So we've got Andu coming back on starboard, Finport on port, looking for another cross in about 20 seconds. These two boats, two different sailmakers, right? Norse and the Dark Horse.
North and the Dark Horse, exactly.
Two different sailmakers and not much in it at all. Oh, Dark Horse? Dark Horse is a sailmaker from Kilabrilli. I've just got to ask to explain Dark Horse. I don't know how to do that. But it makes
we don't have that much time.
It makes some very nice sails.
Dark Horse, real name Nick Daly.
Nick Daly.
Membrane supplied by Incidences from France.
Yep.
Technical assistance provided by Michael Carter. How's that?
There you go. One known as Flipper.
Yeah. And terrific. Absolutely terrific, fellas.
So they've just let themselves split again here.
Well, Finport out on the right. Andu with us here on the left with Balmain. Shaw and Partners not too far away either. So breeze softer up the top of the track here, Dave.
Yeah, might suit Balmain. They look a little bit more bow up and just a tad slower than the bigger boys seem to just have the bow down a bit, going a bit quicker through the water, I think.
These blokes on the Balmain, Whitty, they're coming along in leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
A couple of young kids, they're very impressive.
I think that's a brand new boat, the Balmain, isn't it?
New last season.
New last season?
Yep.
So, Davey, Shaw and Partners with Emma Rankin, Cam McDonald and Tom Quigley, they've had some good results. Andu and Shaw and Partners just crossing behind them. So
They're sailing that Andu on screen there. They're sailing that boat nice and flat.
they don't mind a bit of windward heel.
Yeah. Well, that was something we all learned from the Kiwis. Hate to say it.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, Finport's gone a bit. So here's your money for the handicap, David. So the Reagan Famish on starboard here, behind Balmain, behind Endu, behind Shuren Partners. Still without their full strength lineup, but
so just off screen we had Finport lead. They've crossed Endu.
how many boat lengths, David? I was watching the rag.
I'd say probably 2 to 3 boat lengths.
So just about what it was.
But
So Finport's on a short ley line there.
well, Finport goes to the back, goes to the Beetle Boy, correct?
Yeah.
Endu goes to the white mark.
Yes.
Fisher and Pikal and the Royal Oak go to the red mark.
Yes.
Everyone approaching on a port ley line, so I feel that the Endu might just, with the handicap with only the white marks, might just tend to get away here.
And they've been pretty fast downhill.
Well, they tell me Sebby's taken a leaf out of my book and put a few kilos on, so that'll help them downwind.
I stand corrected. Finport on a perfect ley line.
Plenty of tide assist for them
Yep.
under the keel here, going to the ley line.
Looks like one. Yep. Knot.
Yeah.
1 knot roughly.
Yeah.
So the Endu also on a good lay. So Endu will lead here, Dave.
Yeah. I think the Royal Oak 4 points goes to the blue, but
Here's the mighty Finport.
so the mighty Finport's done the best job, but unfortunately being the scratch marker, they're going to go further than everybody else.
Yeah.
The marks are quite separated today compared to previously, so
Yeah, that's a big amount of separation, isn't it, from ostensibly 1 minute.
Yeah, well, Endu around, shoot set on port, heading toward Nelson Park now.
And Balmain will be second on the water.
Oh, I think the Royal Oak goes to the blue there.
No, you're right. They're bow down. Correct, David.
So we've got Endu have got some nice pressure there off.
Born. So it'd be interesting here to see who's the first man to jibe. But Endu kind of has gotten accustomed to going all the way to Nelson Park in this normal-ish northeast wind direction.
I find it a bit hard to find out why they're on white.
They sailed with some filling crew for a couple of weeks and had one day where they were, mid-fleet.
I wish I could do that with my horses to get the handicap up before I run them out again.
Like you're an owner of slow horses, Doug.
I can't say slow because my father-in-law's a trainer. He'll be watching. So we've got a couple of good ones coming up though.
So folks travelling with Finport and Fisher and Pikal right on screen there. Off in the distance. Endu, Shuren Partners, and the green shoot, Jimmy.
Well, the green shoot is the Royal Oak, the young kid. I better learn the young kid's name. I had Frank Quealy telling me that he was the same age as me when I started. Jacob Mars. The only difference is Frank said he was a good bloke, unlike me. Oh, please.
So Finport jibed earlier than everybody else. Back in the fleet a little. But here we go, Davey. The trick, the jibe. 80-degree jibe angle, yeah? So drone shot here. The boys in on the bricks. You can see the reef clearly.
Nice Balmain jibing. Great jibe on the Balmain slate. Oh, I'm not letting you sleep.
Sorry, Balmain.
Sorry, Balmain.
Yeah.
They're certainly doing better than the football team.
That's not that high a bar. The Balmain Rugby League team. Sorry, the West Tigers.
The West Tigers.
Yeah. And into the drive, Dovey. How's he looking? Pretty good, I'd say.
Looks pretty good, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Great stuff. So it's only the window for a successful drive angle is only about 100 metres wide. They got plus or minus 50, which at the speed going downhill doesn't take long to chew up.
I'd say this one might even be a bit less than 100 metres here. The big trick here, if you're too early, you're having your lunch at the beach, and if you're too late, you're hitting Shark Island. So,
yeah, body language says it's a little bit late.
Yeah, I used to have quite a famous 80-foot skiff bowman called Charlie Diekman. Some people would know. And if I got this angle right, we used to live with him. I used to live with him. If I got this right, he wouldn't cook for a week.
I'll pass that on to Charlie this afternoon, Whitty, when I see him.
Yeah.
He's always down 2 boats up from where the camera cat lives.
The great Charlie Diekman.
AKA the Messiah.
Yeah. AKA Nokia in New Zealand.
Yes, AKA that as well, indeed. So, we're just travelling with Royal Oak, who are in second place on the water, but Balmain in third.
I think they've got an issue though.
Orange
They've
shirt.
only just got, the Royal Oak boys, they've only just got 3 back out on the wire. I think they must have someone cleaning up a halyard or something.
Can we get on the hairdo, boys? There, hairdo, it's absolutely full pressure.
Andrew on the as thin man.
In the far, far distance. Doesn't capture the drama.
Just coming to screen now.
A comfortable full pressure lay to the jibe.
Probably not too much better than Sam Newton at that angle, is there?
No, and he enjoys it. That's the best bit.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Big, strong guy.
Oh. Just run.
That wasn't quite what we were talking about, was it?
They've just run over it, haven't they?
Yeah, into a lull, and so the jibe then is not great.
Not an A-grade job, but
I'd say C, Jimmy. C.
Yeah.
For that one. So that 2 and 3, Davey on screen
Yeah, the Royal Oak and the Balmain.
at full noise.
They just need to jibe inside the end over here. The quicker you can jibe, the better here. There you go, boys. It's the weight.
I'm both listening to you, Whitty.
Yeah, jibe and take the VMG run depth.
But I tell you what, both the guys driving those boats, you watch them jibe, they're both bow forward, tiller behind the back. Right way to do it.
Yeah.
You got the process right.
Yeah, it's all about the technique, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Then you watch Woody do it facing backwards.
Yeah, but Woody's a unicorn.
And that's being incredibly polite, though.
Yeah, well, he is a unicorn.
So a few more blokes running square here, Dove.
Yeah. So there's the Burrow one, the Simon Nern.
Just got a message through from Dolly Whitty just asking Andrew on 3 whites who does the handicaps.
Well, as I explained, Dole, and everybody else, they had some
Hello, Dolly. Hope you're well, mate.
some not frontline crew for a couple of weeks there, so they got a bit back from the handicapper.
Well, I
when Finport won the race, you see.
Yeah, well, I thought the stewards in horse racing were bad.
Well, it's a system. I was surprised to see Finport drive so early on that one, but
Okay. Yeah, but they seem to be getting down all right now.
yeah. But Andrew's got it pretty right, looking away in the distance.
It's the rag on camera. So, see who has the second and third here. We'll see the two young guys. See who's got the older head. Gets the drop at the right time. Okay.
Gonna march up to the right a little.
Yeah.
Middle.
There's the mark
Yeah.
there, middle of the island.
Middle of the island. So you're right, David, the early drive was good.
Early drive was good. Yeah.
Yep.
You're missing it, Whitty.
I miss it every Sunday I watch it, but I don't miss how I felt after I sailed it last time. I think about now, boys, look at that. Okay?
It's pretty hot stuff.
They've got to get them down now, get them down to hang on to Andu and try and use a handicap at the top when they get back up there. Come on, boys, got to get the green one down on the oak. Andu away.
Yeah, well judged though from both boats.
Yeah, they both did that well. You don't want to be running in there squaring pressure by the lead. You want to be able to round up and put three guys on the wire and spear at the mark. So, good job, both boats.
So both boats around the mark, reasonably tidy. Finport next. And a pretty good job from them.
Yeah, well, considering they've got to go to the long mark every time,
Yeah, no, good effort.
showing good wheels on the
And nice judgment about how to get lined up for here too. Tidy. A little bit conservative, but not a bad call.
Yeah, not bad. I had the Phil Marshall start on the bow with a Ragamuffin 52 in a Cops race with me one year. We cleaned it up, won everything. I think it was one of his first yacht races. So, ball just off screen. Big issue for the Royal Oak.
they're back on their wheels.
Suspicion of main sheet man dropping main sheet.
Yeah, you would have never done that, Andrew, would you?
Never.
Here we go. Sure, and partners
Cardinal
a bit
sin.
deep.
If you're the main sheet man, is the cardinal sin.
Yeah. So here we go. We got into the mark. The Commodore, Simon Nern. A little bit square into the mark, I'd say, Nerny, but he's around and he's upright.
All good stuff.
And Yandu and Smeg next.
So unexpected poor first lap from the Yandu. Didn't see what happened, but they did not get out of the start too well.
And then the race sponsor, Rag and Famish.
Yeah, they wouldn't be too happy with that either.
Pete'd be a bit worried about, they're off the scratch as well, but I mean, Keegan's done a big number on them for a scratch boat. Be a bit concerned about that.
Yeah, the Finport's been setting a standard, David, as you would have seen, except for one race. They've been pretty good.
Yeah, they had the wobble last week.
Yeah, in the championship race. But so
Sixth round. Where are these guys from? Nathan Edwards, the skipper?
Yeah, Nathan used to sail with Sean in the bow.
Sean Langman.
Yep.
Okay.
And then Lockie Pryor, he did I think a season on the Shore and Partners. So yeah, they're back into it. Mainly, well, Nathan sails probably one of the top 16 sailors out of Middle Harbour.
Okay.
And Lockie sails the Mighty Fire, stopping out of Manly.
Right. And a new sponsor into the class. Sixth.
Yeah, great new sponsor.
Good to see.
Always loving it.
There's Glenn.
So Davey, looking at the wind strength, water roughness suggests it's no stronger than it was first lap.
Yeah.
So we're now looking at a little drag race between
Balmain and Andu.
and Balmain's going all right. And Finport, yeah, on the top,
So
in the background as it were.
So we've missed something here, haven't we?
Yeah.
Like, to me, Balmain's in front of Andu. So Andu must have had a little hiccup here
They
somewhere.
might have had a little problem in the tack at Bradley's, which is not unknown, is it, mate?
No,
If you have a look, Andu's actually reaching away.
they're going. I think they're going home.
yeah, they're reaching. They're trying to. What are they doing?
Well, they might be. They might be going to check in with Finport. Who knows? So they're trimmed back on now. So there you go. They're indeed doing the check-in, I think, David.
Mate, I'm not a fan of that.
No, not me.
Like, every time I rigged the boat up and drove it down, I come down here to win. I didn't come down here to sail back of the fleet and sail next to someone. I didn't win enough to be able to give one any away, I'll tell you.
And if you wanted to talk to more people, you just get 100-footer, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's right.
All systems look normal there on Andu.
Yeah, they're fine. They're trying to sail along with Keegan, I think.
Yep. So, Dave, I think that calls to question, in some degree, the effectiveness and, you know, the relevance of the three-boy handicap. Because, okay, the handicap is a bit out of whack because Andu had sailed with not their frontline crew for a couple of weeks. But the three-boy unwind seems to make life difficult for the crews and for the spectators.
Yeah, I'm always brutally honest, so I'm not a fan of it at all. I actually really dislike it, and I'll tell you why for a couple of reasons. First one is, handicap starts used to be the slowest boat starts first. It was like you chase the rabbit. They come up with this theory with this three-boy thing so they can have a scratch start, but all that does is advantage the scratch boats because they're the better starters. They get the better start. If you've got a boat on 20 minutes, he can start by himself, start where he wants on the line, sail away, sail the same course. Everyone watching understands, sees where it is. I know I'm going to upset a few people, but the sooner we get rid of these three boys and bring back the proper chase the rabbit, the better.
Wow. Strong words, David. Thank you. But, the class existed pretty well with predominantly pursuit racing for 80 years.
Well, the greatest race in Australia is the Melbourne Cup, and it's handicapped, right? So the more pursuit race, the more handicaps racing you have, the more people win a race, the more people you get turn up, the more people you get watch, and most importantly, the people that have a punt on the ferry can understand what's going on.
All right, let's leave that one there, eh?
Yeah, enough said.
Enough said. Exactly. Wow.
So the little
we're travelling here with Finport
Finport
on the left edge of the track in a bit of 16, 17 knots, Dave, yeah?
Yeah, no, probably even a fraction less than maybe it was at the start.
Yeah, perhaps just a tad, yeah.
And the tide's gone
The
pretty much
tides,
slack as well.
We're at slack water. I can see the kelp beds.
You want to get something to eat in there, Bucko?
Oh, there's good stuff in there, mate. Yeah. Sea urchins, lobsters.
So the Balmain on the next goes to a blue again. Oh, sorry, a red. So
Wow.
Finport now liking the left edge, perhaps also getting out of the way of the incoming Manly ferry. So here's the cross. So Finport behind Andu by 5 boat lengths, Dave?
I'd say so. Yeah, but Balmain leads.
Yep.
And more importantly, the Royal Oak. Once you unwind the top marks here, I'd say they're leading the race.
Yeah, after the very polite activities of the Andu.
Correct.
Sailing back to the fleet to check back in with their primary rival, Finport Finance, as it seems at this stage of the year. Well, the boys on the Finport will be enjoying theirs. First time in the second sail in. They do like a bit of pressure.
It looks nice, the Finport, you know. Head's twisted off nicely.
It's ripping.
Oh, good, right?
It's ripping, right?
Yeah.
And I think to the good, they've got away from their, you know, their original style, which is bolted in really hard.
Yeah, well, you can see the slot that here on the camera where we are. Slot's nice and open, going through the water beautifully.
Yeah. And they had a bit of trouble with shooting their big jib hard enough, which they finally did fix. But this rig looks pretty red hot.
Yeah, and they look like they're all the way out on the jib car there as well, looking at where the clue is.
Yep.
So being able to keep the lead straight enough and be out on the car.
Just eased it a bit. Stand
Just
by.
attack.
Tack in.
Tack Bowman out. Bowman get out.
Fell over. The sheet end. Mr. Stetter. Don't see that too often.
I give him a rap. Makes me look like a mug.
That's right. Commentators cursed over.
Yeah.
You've acquired it instantly. Little duck. All good. So a little light spot and then a good line coming down the middle, Dave. It's we're just in the bay here to lure to the fleet. So the Balmain behind Andrew this time. A little big duck actually. Quite a big duck. So
I think, Jimmy, you just said the tide's slack now.
Yep.
Changed. So I think I heard Andrew with his weather report earlier saying it was a bit of a northeast gradient breeze. So we would expect once the tide gets going a bit, we might get an extra couple of knots of breeze, Andrew.
well, I'm dubious about that, David.
You're dubious? There is a theory.
I know.
But it wasn't one of Bucko's series, so it can't be right.
That's why I said it. I'm sure he told me that.
David, here's what the old lifestyle theory was, that as the tide came in, the water level came in, that the air got compressed at the surface.
I can't believe that.
That's what they were trying to tell me.
Yeah, well, I can't believe that.
But the reality is that when the water is cold offshore, the water tends to be slightly warmer in here than immediately outside the heads. What is coming in is cold water, which might improve the thermal gradient. That's what really is happening, I think. No warranty on that statement, but
Yeah. That's why I just hired one Villa to navigate.
that's right.
You don't have Bucko's number.
Oh, don't go there. But Dave, take the point. The water temperature probably 19 at the beach, 19 here,
Yeah.
23, 5 miles, 10 miles out on the shelf, but only 18 at Lord Howe Island as we speak. So the EAC is a little weaker and the whole East Coast a little cooler than usual water temp-wise.
So I tell you what, we're on Finport here. While they're going quite well, and Andrew have just put the pedal down.
Well, they feel happy about checking in, but I think Finport advantage a little bit here, Dave. Good left and smooth water where they are.
Yeah,
So
just going to attack.
we'll give them a rating on the tack. Pretty nice
Pretty good.
for 16 knots of wind. Not bad at all. But you see how high left it is now. This kind of maturing thermal effect, Dave, a bit, right?
Yeah,
I'd say that's quite a big gain, actually. We'll find out in a minute.
we will.
Well, smooth water helps too, mate. I don't know if you remember that.
I do remember that. It still helps now.
Even in your 100-footer, right?
Still helps now.
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
So they've got Balmain crossing.
Which suggests that Andrew's still in front, but here we go.
Well, because Andrew did cross Balmain before. So.
Exactly.
So we just got Balmain tagging. And they're nice in on the left under George's head, so they'll get a bit of a... They could almost be on lay there, Bucko.
No, I'm thinking that Andu will be overstood if they go to Balmain.
So we've got the cross here on Andu and Balmain. Andu crosses.
Pretty easy.
Yeah. So Andu leads. However, they're going to the white mark. Balmain's going to the white mark.
And with that much left, they're overstood, aren't they, David?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah. But I'll tell you who, the boat that's going to lead here with the handicaps is going to be the Royal Oak, I think.
Nice.
The boys at the Royal Oak Hotel will be jumping up and down.
Big hotel to jump up and down in, mate. Beauty. Double bay.
Let's go up to the marks.
And yeah, so you got the thread. It says that Andu there. It's just smoking through the water, isn't he?
Yeah, so it's quite a significant change in development evolution since the square top, since the good carbon tubes. And, you know,
They've probably overstood there, haven't they?
absolutely,
They're like reaching in.
absolutely. He's trying to get back a bit to the fleet without being obvious, perhaps. So, David, that direction now very funnily down this part of the harbour, yeah? So, maturing.
Definitely more pressure up here than the last time we were up here.
Definitely more, yeah? Definitely more. So, compass wind about 040, just to the right of the harbour axis. I think fin point not far off a lay either, but anyway, not on screen, folks. But
Andu reaching in over the top of Balmain. Balmain need to lay, but I think they're underlaid here. Just. It's been a three-way go here. Andu, Balmain, and Royal Oak trying to make the blue mark. Oh, Balmain's at the tack.
that's expensive.
Yeah, and Andu laying, so they'll be first around here.
Yep. Let's have a look at the barrelway. Andu ready to rock and roll, coming in at
Back of the bus.
full noise. Great work.
No problem, smooth as you like.
Perfectly upright, just into wind with a fraction.
And just off screen, we've got the Royal Oak about to bear away at the blue mark. And if you can get it away and get it up, it's going to be game on. Go on, son.
Are they good?
Yeah, they're good.
They look pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Not quite enough windward heel. Talk to them about that, David, will you?
Yeah, more windward heel.
We want the windward chine in, please, sir, madam.
Just drop that. Dylan and get
Great stuff here from the Andu. So, Davey, just a reminder here, this is a VMG run.
Yep.
No yard mark.
that green kite. Green kite.
Balmain's jibe set round the mark.
Yes, go down and get the green kite and
And your money on the Fisher and Pike. Nice wine glass, David. Did you teach him that one?
No. No.
No.
No.
In a word, no.
In a word, no.
Oh, and the fin port, sorry guys, at the top mark, having trouble getting the bow down, so plenty of wind.
So I think down this run, we're going to see the difference between new guys and long experienced guys, between the Royal Oak, the young kids on the Royal Oak and the Andu, because when you're sailing three strings, a little rig and a nor'easter, there's one thing to keep it afloat and get it to the bottom, and there's another thing to what we call send it, and know how to drive it super hard. And
yeah, but remember, David, it's a VMG run, so they'll be pretty much bolt upright. And if you have a look downwind, there we are, you'll see that the Andu is slightly more upright than Royal Oak.
Yeah.
Not on screen. Smegs just had a swim in the set.
Sorry, smugglers. Not a good day thus far. So, Dave, and a little bit of information I think about that is that 3 degrees of windward heel is optimum, basically. Hard to do, easy to say.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. But I still think, even though it's a VMG run, the way you'd steer it, you can drive it harder into the pressure and out of the gust, and
Well,
it's a little bit more than just windward heel, Bucko.
you're right, of course. But just technically,
Yeah.
you do.
But, you know, Woody's caught up quite well in the end, too. He's sending it down there. So he was quite deep after the first lap, but he's caught up quite a few places.
Yeah, they'd be optimistic to finish, not too much in arrears. Louis in the front, okay, replacement Bowman, so some coordination possibilities, but
Could be.
he's a very determined competitor if there ever was one.
But we're just on the Royal Oak there. Doing a nice job.
Definitely hanging on.
Yeah. Last time I saw them downhill, they just said they're a bit far apart, the 3 of them. I'd like to see them get a bit closer together, locked in, and centralise the weight more.
That's a real, 49. I think I've noticed of late. Whitty is, like back in our day, we always locked in tight. The 49er kids, they like to sort of stand apart from each other, like it was, but we don't get on.
Yeah, I think that's Olympic coaching.
No need coaching them to do that, so that the mobility's separated.
Yeah, but they've got 2 guys, we've got 3.
Yeah.
Three guys together only have to drop a shoulder and you get the same effect.
Yeah.
Well described. Well described.
So Andrew drives through the drive, a little bit untidy.
Yep. The green shoot coming at him,
Yeah.
to some degree. Water
Well,
pretty bouncy at the headland here, David. A lot of power wash.
Most of the fleet's been smart enough to jibe in Taylor Bay. It wouldn't want to be jibing where Andrew is now. It's pretty bumpy.
How bouncy it.
Yeah. But I tell you what, the young kids on the yoke, they're right on him.
I think he's sending it, Doug.
Yeah, he's having a crack.
Balmain third on the water as we speak.
Yeah.
About not 1 minute in arrears.
They look better every week, those guys, don't they?
Yeah, they
I mean,
do.
watching, they look more and more confident in the boat.
So
And good young kids as well. Like
Yeah.
Good young.
Yeah,
young men.
my stepdaughter was Queen of the Harbour with them a couple of years ago. So,
There you go.
yeah.
So pretty good spinning a trip from Matty Doyle in the bow of the Royal Oak. Dare we say, of the standard, the same or better than Andu at this moment.
I'd agree with that, for sure. Andrew look a bit overstruck, don't they?
That shoot appears to be less stable than the one of the Royal Oak. Just watch the curl and the luff of the green one, Dave.
Yeah, I know. Very limited curl in the luff of the white one.
Yeah. Exactly. There we go, green and white. Here we are. So, very little separation there.
Well, I can guarantee you that's not the distance of the top marks, right?
Absolutely.
So I think we're going to have a good finish coming up here. One more time to Beechel, round Shark, and then finish off Clark.
One of the better tests in skiff sailing. The third beat in a nor'easter.
Well, if you can sail the 3rd lap as quick as you sail the 1st lap, you're a chance of doing something, aren't you?
That's right. Mr. Lactic coming to visit the sheet end on the 3rd beat. How do I know? Well, I did it a few times.
Yeah.
Pretty conservative jibe angles on these guys.
Very conservative. Come to Balmain. They're still coming on port. Oh, no, don't drive there.
No, they're guilty running square a bit,
No,
Dave.
far too square. carries on another couple of boat lengths there, comes hot into the mark with a nice rounding. He's taken the whole gap out of second to third.
Yeah, although he's going to a progressive header, he might get it okay.
Well, Andrew's running there with 2 on the wire the whole way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
I'll agree to disagree with you, Bucko.
well, no, I think the Balmain's coming on the next, little pulse. I think he's going to be okay. And his spinnaker is slightly deeper than the green one and the white one, so
Are they all the same sailmaker?
allegedly.
I'll have to have a word to Squark.
The Royal Oak spinnaker didn't look like it had a North's logo, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. So the Andrew's doing a bit of waiting here, in fact.
Yeah. So Royal Oak first around.
Just be careful you get them really close together.
And-
Just go up. Well, one of you go up and get one short switch.
So do you think Andrew's just waiting for what? Andrew?
Well, he's waiting for Yandu, obviously. Feeling sorry for his dad.
Didn't have enough time to have a chat in the rotunda in the park, so
Tell you what, this club's become a lot social from when I started, Andrew. They used to sort us out in the car park after the race if they had an issue. Everyone's way too friendly.
Yeah, it's a bit of that, isn't there? I must admit, I was invited to the car park on at least one occasion.
Yeah, why'd you take Big Kite with you?
Yeah, that sorted it directly. Oh dear. Finport coming. Excuse me, folks. Coming in
Finport
pretty
in.
hot. And again, a well-judged approach
Yeah, pretty good there.
and a well-judged drop.
The Fisher and Peichel and the Commodore coming in next. The Commodore still afloat. Well done, Nern.
And how's your money looking on the F&P?
Not good, but I think I got confused with the Royal Oak.
Possible.
I think I meant to say Royal Oak.
You meant to say Royal
I
Oak.
did say limit boat that stays afloat, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You did.
Limit boat being maximum handicap for those viewers.
Here comes Assurance Partners.
Partners.
Emma Rankin on the stick. She's making a pretty good fist of it. First year in 80 footers, Dave.
Yeah, well, it's a good start, right?
Yep. And they've had moments that are really good.
Yeah, well, I think they would have won a race a couple of weeks ago and they had a couple of swims in the light air, but
Yeah.
were they doing a better job today keeping it up, right?
Well, and they're sailing with quite good accuracy.
Get in with a smile.
So we're right behind the Shore Partners. That's the old Jack McCartney's old Tech 2, is it? That was never slow with a little rig in, was it? Al Jago could send it.
Thanks. Yes. Just go up.
Yeah, Jacko with Louis breaking the bow.
Yeah. And Charlie White, I saw a photo of him the other day. He still hasn't got a haircut. If you're watching Charlie, get a haircut.
Where is Charlie? What's he up to?
Oh, he's. They've got this thing now called a retainer. I don't understand what that is. But they tend to get paid just to be on call. I'm too old for that stuff. You only get paid if you turn up, in my book.
And who has the privilege of paying Charlie that said retainer?
I think the Law Connect.
Yeah, right. So the Law Connect, folks, is one of David's competitors, a hungy footer.
with the pitman on board, one of our drone pilots, Dylan Clark, sails on Law Connect.
Guess we'll have to check in how many figures he's got left after the Hobart race, will we? No load in the pit, is it, Dave?
Nah, no load. Scary stuff.
So for the viewers, while we've got David here, David, you got your new stick in the mighty ship the other day. Tell the viewers what the jack pressure is. I was pretty impressed.
Well, it's about about 38 tonne jack pressure. It's a new rig from Southern Spars. The Scallywags made a decision 18 months ago that if we were going to keep going, we had to give ourselves every chance, and the boss gave us every chance. So we've got a brand new rig, brand new boom that costed $2 million US.
Whoa.
And a whole bunch of new sales. The boat's been all rewired, re-locked, re-electrics, re-hydraulics, so I'm out of excuses.
Good, David.
Yeah.
But the weight saving, Dave, in the rig?
Yeah, the weight saving, the old rig was built in 2011. So the difference in the same rig height, same spreaders, 585 kilos lighter.
Incredible.
It's amazing, isn't it? Anyway, folks, on screen,
Royal Oak and Balmain.
the boys battling their way up the last beat. The Royal Oak kind of making a good shot at the title.
And the two young ones, Andrew, great to see them out front, isn't it?
Yep. But the Andu has been pretty generous.
Yeah, well, we can only commentate on what we're seeing, can't we? Really?
Exactly.
Well, I think that Andu, because they really haven't been out, you know, they probably don't want to get involved in the point scores and things like that as well. Possibly, I don't know what the answer is, but
Yeah, they broke their boom last week, so
yeah.
how about that, Davey? They broke the boom doing the mastman check.
Oh.
Different load case to actually under sail, which we're all aware of. But unusually you break the boom, you usually break the tip off the mast.
Correct.
Yeah.
A bit of an ordinary tack from the Balmain in front of us.
Almost a safety tack, Dave, and
Yeah, but Andrew, you just told me it was 17 knots.
it's now back to 18.
We don't safety tack in 17 knots,
Oh,
Andrew.
it depends.
Do it.
You blokes have gone soft,
And
seriously.
do a granny jibe coming downhill as well, right?
Yeah.
No granuling, boys. Not in these boats. Easier to jibe than granule, I think. Anyway.
So the Royal Oak still on starboard tack going into Taylor Bay, and they look pretty comfortable. They look really comfortable downwind. They look just as comfortable upwind here. How are the Royal Oak boys on the crew weight, Buggo?
I'd say about the same as Finport.
Right.
Quite tall.
We can see on screen Andrew's gone back to have his little match race with the Finport boys.
Pretty good quality tack from the Royal Oak boys. Anyway, over to Finport v Andu speed testing.
Yeah, I thought they would have been able to work that out from the first work. They were that close on the first work. There was nothing in it, was it?
Well, but they might have just done a bit of tweakage, David. Softened, hardened, eased, pulled on. You know? Yeah, these boats are pretty sensitive to marginal depth.
Yeah.
Twist and depth, yeah? So, the right answer for the depth of the lower spreader is sometimes a thing of some complexity.
Yeah. They all have adjustable shrouds, don't they? And
Yeah. No, everybody's got Cunningham eye shrouds, side stays.
so got plenty of adjustment to go through the range.
Yeah.
Yandu's joined the fight for the first tier.
Joined the party.
So where are they going? They go Yandu.
2 minutes is Yandu, so
There you go. It's on screen.
yeah.
Go to the red mark next.
Red. So furthest mark.
Right, so so we've got Balmain to the red, Yandu to the red, and Royal Oak on the blue. So not over by any means yet. Geez, he's done well, Yandu, to come through like that, hasn't he?
Front's up. It's coming.
I'd say.
And let him go away and come back to us.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, he would be, if he hadn't had the problems on the first cross, he would be faster through the water over the ground than Finport,
Correct.
or very close to that.
So Royal Oak have tacked on starboard, they're coming back to the Chowder Bay. Woody continuing all the way to the headland, no question. Balmain tack coming back. Oh, get it away, son. Windward wing in the water. Back out. Woody's, Yandu's tacked under Balmain.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that happen, but anyway. Does pay to get to the headland.
Yeah, well, hopefully our the Royal Oak boys coming across on top of screen on starboard. Hopefully they'll go all the way and hit the oysters.
Just keep your eyes crossed. We've only got one drone up. Okay, we've only got one drone up.
So how far's Royal Oak in front there, Bucko?
Oh, quite a way, yeah. 10 lengths.
Yeah, at least.
10 lengths.
No, you don't put it on. Got really bad reception on those.
So you'd say that the Royal Oak boys here are going the right way, Andrew, and
Yeah, they're in good pressure, smooth water and hard left, so that's quite a good lead.
yeah, and not a bad tack either. I mean, you also get, as well as the left-hander, you get the flat-watered attack in here too. A fair bit of spec boat wash there through there, but they handle that pretty nicely. So there's a cross coming up between Royal Oak and the Balmain. Royal Oak have got them, but I'd say they've certainly shortened the lead there, Andrew.
Yeah, no, that's closer than I had expected, certainly.
Yeah.
4 boat lengths, maybe. You know, 4 boat lengths.
So Balmain continue on starboard all the way into Chowder Bay.
So we'll see how much they've learned about the ley line, Dave.
Yeah.
Just get over to Yandu and
They look on the Balmain to me that they just sail the boat a fraction higher than like a little bit slower and a little bit higher.
one of you's got to move away.
Is he? He's still continuing all the way in there.
Yeah, just
Do they-
up the oaks.
I mean,
They'll cross at some stage.
I wonder if the Royal Oak boys know the tide's changed, Andrew.
Oh, no, everybody be clued up, I think, on that. The left will tend to pay as the flood develops. You're still in the first half hour of the flood. It's probably, I think the point being that the ebb stopped going out rather than the flood going in, really. But it was significant in the second beat, so
Yeah.
So Royal Oak have tacked and coming back. It's theirs to lose, I'd say.
yep, subject to threading the needle.
Have they won a race this year?
No, mate. No.
This is their first season, correct? The kid's 17. I can't
Yeah.
imagine he was here last year.
Yeah, no, it's his first year.
Yeah,
I
so
thought it was a trick question, Woody.
nah.
Well, he used to shipway, exactly.
Yeah, Shippo normally loads us up.
I don't think you ever forget when your first 18-foot skiff race.
I'm going to forget this one.
He's over the ley line though, Dave, isn't he?
You guys are very close.
I'd say any minute.
Not the Bishop boy, mate.
Come on. You don't want to put yourself right under the
No.
lighthouse on your way back either. Tack the boat, son. That's the way.
But he's lined up for the lighthouse if I'm the judge. Oh well. Tricky stuff. Look, it's been sneaking up the eastern shore, David.
Yeah. He's definitely given him a bit back there on the ley line, the Royal Oak. It's gone a bit too far.
Yep.
I always tell the young bloke I got working for me now, young Ryan Ewing's Gilly's son, say, mate, you don't win yacht races going more distance than everyone else.
Well, that's somewhat untrue, but okay.
Yeah, well, there are exceptions to every rule, but
Yeah.
as a general rule, you'd like to sail the shortest distance, wouldn't you?
But still, 2 tacks is expensive, so one boat length overlay might be the correct answer, yeah?
That's always the answer.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Royal Oak's going to the blue.
To the white.
Oh, this is full game on, so that means Yandoos to the white.
No, red.
Red.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
do the red.
Royal Oak to white. Balmain
To white.
to white.
And the other one that's sort of worked their way up into the group is the your name here, the unnamed boat, Kurt Mitchell and Andrew Stevenson, Daniel Barnett, still looking for a sponsor.
One very famous 18-foot skiff name, Barnett.
Indeed.
Almost as famous as you get, I would say.
Amazing history.
So the Royal Oak is around. Just keep it upright, boys. Get the chute on.
Keep it calm.
Get it on.
Not a bad set for the wind speed.
Not bad, but it's game on. These will be the two that'll fight it out. Oh! Just off screen, we had a little bit of crew fell over on the Balmain, but they've managed to recover. In the meantime, the Royal Oak, 3 on the wire. See ya. So the jibe and then the jibe angle for Shark for the leader, the young bloke.
Now, Davey, today the top mate when you jibe set.
Absolutely.
Thanks for that. Pressure is up though down the middle of the creek here. So that's the gap, girls and boys. Orange chute, Balmain.
Yeah, but that gap can disappear pretty quickly going into this jibe angle into Shark. Royal Oak jibing.
Jibing in the bump, but beautiful jibe.
Sheet end overstrapped. Very nice work.
Beautiful jibe.
Balmain continuing. Still jibing now on the Balmain. Pretty good, pretty good. 8.5. But the Royal Oak out in front now. He has to jibe into the biggest in the middle of the channel. It's probably the biggest high-risk jibe left in the race. Water's going to be bumpy. He's trying to look under the boom to get the jibe angle and keep the boat going and jibe it.
Nerves will be up as well.
Heart rate up to win his first 18-foot skiff race. Crew going, come on, come on, come on. Him saying no, no, no.
Or the other way round.
Here they go, sheet end in. Through they go, skipper last. Oh yeah, hang on to us up.
That's a bit unusual, but pretty safe.
Yeah, well you see the main sheet end kept the spinnaker pinned in to try and settle the boat through the jibe. Pretty rough on the steering through the jibe there. But he's pulled it off. But I'd say Balmain's definitely caught up a little bit, maybe 2 or 3 boat lengths. And has he got the jibe angle right? Balmain thinks no. He thinks yes. He's going to jibe on his line.
In really bumpy water, the Balmain.
And
pretty good.
Pretty good.
Needs to shoot a little bit too far, but
Yeah, Clue went too far forward, but
big totem boat on the
can't be
left
too
side.
critical.
No, good stuff.
Now, at the moment, Royal Oak looks like they're too high. So it's a race at 2, and it's a good race. Full VMG mode. Trying to get down to the YA mark at Shark. Balmain a fraction lower and a bit more puff.
Davey, looking at the two shoots, the Balmain shoot definitely looks like it's got a bit more zest to it than the green one. Than the
Yeah.
Royal Oak.
The Royal Oak shoot,
Too flat on the entry,
yeah.
and the 1/3 height in particular.
Balmain is coming at them here big time.
Yeah, as you would expect, looking at the two sails.
Yeah. Yeah, I see the bowman on the Royal Oaks having to try and work the chute a lot more just to keep the flow. You see the Clue on the Balmain hardly moving, Bucko.
Yep.
So the question he's thinking is, do I jibe? Will he get inside me if I jibe? Do I carry on and jibe under him?
No, rationally he'll go and jibe as soon as he's over, I think. In light air now, that's for
He's
sure.
getting lighter and lighter. Balmain's still got puff there.
Yep.
Balmain's coming at him here.
Yeah. So it's the old story. You've got to be able to aim for the middle of the island when you jibe.
And that's all. That's an advantage. And do on the low road. But that comes back to the jibe angle, Buggo.
But that's the road, the right road.
The right road is the Andu.
If you're not anxious about the rocks, you've not got far enough.
No. A flogging to get round is always better than where the Royal Oak is now.
Yep.
Just going back to distance sail, Bucko, there's a bit more distance there.
The Royal Oak might have come out of rather jibed on the face of a puff. Andu having a shot at it. Not the best jibe either.
No, Balmain trying to roll them.
And they will. Easy work. The young fella.
Right. Game on.
Good bit of wind there too. Wow.
Poor old Royal Oaks just sailed too far there.
Yeah. Sailed in less wind and further distance. A hollow log in the way between the two of them.
But just looking at the skipper on the Balmain, you've got to put your back into it, son. It's not a 2.5 game player, it's a 3-man player. Get your back into it, youngster.
Still, he's bow in front, isn't he?
He's bow in front. Just get your back into it.
And they're going to be fending off the headland at Point Piper.
Sheedy needs to get his back into it too. I remember that Andrew Davola used to bend himself like a contortionist. Make me feel sick. He used to swing that hard. I'd say maybe just wait a little bit too far after the Balmain there too, huh?
Yeah,
As the
probably.
pressure goes lighter, got to move your weight further forward.
Probably correct. Now, here's a dangerous bit. The next 100 metres, a bit of uplift over the hill, a bit of wave refraction off the wall. Things have been known to occur here, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. You get to the point of no return. But I think Andu are doing a pretty...
Yeah, and that's the first time that Balmain have had a collapse, a partial collapse. Great drone pics from Dylan.
Balmain, they got their backs into it now, the Balmain boys. They're giving it everything. Royal Oak not too far back. And you have a look at where Yandu is now, where the green's top of the picture, the green spinnaker is. That difference is one jibe angle.
They're just trying to be conservative. Can be pretty risky on Sydney Harbour.
Yeah.
There she is.
Well,
The mighty Ragged Famish.
they tried to give it to them about 5 times and they're still going to win, aren't they?
Sorry, the Royal Oak 4 Pies. Jacob Marks on the stick.
Yeah, he's done a great job.
But we're on the Andu coming to the finish, so they just did enough to win. Went back to the fleet a couple of times. That's a big victory.
It's a bit scary, really.
Yeah. But,
So Andu wins.
and the Balmain second again. So next week they will start.
Balmain second.
Off
Great job.
Of 2 minutes.
Great job. But these guys, they just a bit of inexperience around the harbour, but they've sailed the boat really well, the Royal Oak boys.
Yep, that's been good. And guess who? Fifth. Fourth.
The young fella.
Fourth.
The young fella, Yandu.
The young bloke.
So Woody and the Yandu fourth.
This is,
And then the no name, the Barnett famous family name.
they're all from
Daniel?
they're all from Drummoyne Skiff Club.
Oh, good. It's where I eat every night. Or most nights, darling, sorry. So that's a good finish. That's a good finish. Cubby was telling me they've been breaking stuff and have a bit of a trouble, so they'll be happy with that result.
There's Fisher and Pikel
Yeah.
coming across next.
So you weren't far wrong, Dave.
No, he kept it up right, he just wasn't good enough.
Put one in there.
What are we on the
next to
Barrowong?
come along, the Barrowing.
The Commodore, Simon Nern. Lived on
Finport.
his couch in London for 6 months in the 90s. Can't believe he's still sailing in 18. He's older than me. And he's upright too. Well done, Simon. And then we got the Finport. Keegan off the dial. And the Shore and Partners.
Wow, the Finport looks good, doesn't it? Seriously good. Full of noise.
Full of noise.
Well done to Emma Rankin there on the Shore and Partners.
Yeah, that's a good effort in a little sail, no swim.
Okay, just go up.
I mean, that's a trick, isn't it, when you're new into the class. First is get around without a swim and then work on everything after that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when we do this to finish. Sixth. On screen.
That's the car hire.
Yes.
Car hire mob, yes.
Yeah,
Sixth.
we use them overseas quite a lot. The sixth. They do nicer cars.
Very nice cars.
Very nice cars. The nice high cars. We hired one in the UK after the Fastnet race, and the boss blew up when he saw what nicer car it was. I said, mate, that's cheap. Don't worry. It's sixth, cheap.
Sixth.
Quality and cheap.
There you go.
So, David, tell the viewers what sort of car it was. No?
It was. They only had a BMW left.
Oh, that was sad, wasn't it?
Oh, we got a. What's going on there?
Come on, guys.
We're a bit dusty here for cameras, folks. Couple of technical issues.
So the sixth haven't been able to lay through with the chute on, so they've dropped it. Just
There
two,
you go.
two
There's the
sailing
kitchen
across the
maker.
finish.
Kitchen maker on screen.
They don't look like they're going to make a Jimmy either.
No.
No.
Well, as I said last week, Woody, they're the Kitchen Makers Association with the 18s. They're the third longest sponsor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Darren.
Good old Daz.
So
Yeah.
the sixth gets home in 10th. So that's a better result for Nathan Edwards, Alex Leslie and Lockie Pryor. Teething troubles, coordination
Here's the
troubles.
quiz. Who's the second? Smeg.
Smeg.
You answered your own question, Doug.
Oh, I just remembered.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Rag and Famish, Smeg, then the Kitchen Maker is
Yeah, well,
the
great.
association of sponsors.
It's good, isn't it? It's great.
So, folks, it's just a couple of stragglers coming in, and we'll tell you probably the last boat upright is Smeg. So that's,
Rag and Famish is behind the island.
but maybe not upright, do you think, or not?
They're upright.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. So Smeg will have been subject to them getting to the finish 12th, and the Rag and Famish, the day's race sponsor, bringing up the rear. They presumably have been on the riding lever.
To be back there, they've definitely been on the riding lever.
But
All right.
I'm sure Pete Cliggeris will get him in the room of mirrors.
That's right. That's what it's for, the room of mirrors.
That's right.
So, folks, great looking day on Sydney Harbour. Good solid nor'easter. First gallop with the number 2 rig. Came off pretty well. Not too bumpy, the water, and not too many pelicans or kumquats in powerboats today. So that bit was good. Andu, clearly superior. Went back to the fleet a couple of times. Balmain, Royal Oak, top 3 there. Andu, Balmain, Royal Oak. 4, Yandu after a poor start. New boat looking for sponsor in 5th. Fisher and Paykel 6. Burrowing 7. Finport 8. Shaw and Partners 9. 6, 10. Kitchen Maker 11 and Smeg 12. Davey, thank you very much for joining us today.
No worries. Thanks for the invitation, Jimmy.
Mate,
All
loved
good.
having you on board, Whitty.
No worries.
Thanks particularly to our camera technical people, Dylan on the dronage with Sam, Piers on the camera, and Mr. Chittenden putting the whole show together. This has been a Sail Media production for the Australian 18 Footers League. Thanks for listening. Same time next week. Over and out.
Go the Scallywags.